So it's been over a year since the XE4 was released, and it was a nice little upgrade over the XE3, but it was nothing to get overly excited about. It was just a small spec bump to bring it to where all the other X-Trans cameras are. You know, Fuji's kind of just prolonging this sensor, the X-Trans 4 sensor, for a long time now, since 2018 when it came out in the XT3. And since that time, they put it in every single camera all the way up until now. And you know, it's a decent sensor. It's 26 megapixels. It's got a really fast readout, minimal rolling shutter. And I feel like Fuji set the bar really high at the time. And since the XT3 came out, they've kind of just been doing minimal upgrades and, you know, just little spec bumps to the APS-C line using that same sensor. So as I mentioned, the XE4 was released last year. They also added 2 more cameras to their lineup, the GFX lineup, the GFX 100S and the GFX 50S Mark II. But both of those cameras are using older sensors from previous cameras, just with a new body design. And, you know, obviously they have amazing image quality, amazing dynamic range. I just don't think that either of those cameras really got a lot of hype because they're so niche. And I don't really know how well medium format cameras are selling for Fuji, but they made them. Oh, but they did release the X-T30 Mark II last year as well. I don't think many of us heard about it because, as far as I know, it was basically just a firmware upgrade with some slight improvements, and I think they ditched the video record limit, but again, it's just using old hardware. So that brings me to this question. Where's Fujifilm? You know, a lot of people expected a new X-H2 last year, and it never came. Is 2022 the year that Fuji takes off with some crazy cameras, or are they going to continue to stay quiet? Maybe it was the chip shortage. I don't know if they were able to produce enough quantity they'd like, or maybe the X-T4 and the XS10 are still selling really well. I don't know. But I do think we're probably going to see a new X-Trans 5 camera this year, whether it comes out as an X-T5 or an X-H2. It's been over 650 days since the X-T4 came out in 2020, and 1,450 days since the X-H1 came out in 2018. You know, the rumor is there could be an X-H2 coming this year in May, because that's the 10th anniversary of the X-Trans system. So maybe that's when it's coming, in May. Fuji rumors said that there could possibly be 2 X-H2 cameras coming out this year, one with a high resolution sensor and one with a lower resolution around 26 megapixels, which would be the X-Trans sensor. Maybe they're gonna do something like Canon, how they're doing like an R5 and an R6. And that would make sense, so that you could get, you know, a higher res camera and a lower res camera with similar features but with a lower price. I can't really make assumptions on what Fuji will throw into the X-T2, but you know, to compete with what's out there right now, it's got to turn heads, it's got to make headlines. So obviously it's going to have a new sensor, probably 30 to 40 megapixels, which would bring it into 8K video territory. 4K 120 no crop, maybe 6K 60p. I doubt it'd be 8K, but you know, if it did come with 8K video capabilities, that could be a huge deal as long as it doesn't overheat. Obviously improved IBIS, hopefully dramatically improved eye autofocus, probably a new body design. I think something like the XS10 is a really great example of like a new body design with a deeper grip, and obviously the larger battery that's found in the X-T4. I think that most of these specs are obviously going to find their way into the X-T5 as well, just the way Fuji releases cameras. But it would make more sense if they didn't focus so much on the video things and maybe more on the photo side of things. It's kind of tough to do more than they're already doing with the X-T4, but you know, maybe it has a faster buffer speed, maybe even faster, higher frames per second. Obviously a higher resolution sensor, I'm not sure. Anyway, I thought I'd just make this quick little video because Fuji hasn't really been in the headlines for a while like Sony and Canon have. And you know, I thought it'd be worth having this conversation about. I've pretty much reviewed almost every Fuji X camera out there in the last 4 years. And I'm excited to see what's coming in 2022. What do you guys think is gonna come first, the X-T5 or the X-H2? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, give it a thumbs down twice. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, make sure to check out some of the reviews on Fuji cameras and lenses that I posted in this video.